Hey everybody, welcome back to Boost Your Income with Bootstrap to WordPress, and in this lecture we're going to style the blog excerpts with CSS. Hey, welcome back. Okay, so what we're going to do here is style this blog page that we've coded in the last lecture. Let's make it look good. Let's make it look like this. Let's do it. Jump into your code editor, into your CSS, that is custom.css. Right here under your styles, the layout styles, you should see your footer styles here. We're going to add a comment here, and this is going to be the blog styles. And right under here, this is where we're going to style our blog excerpts and the rest of our blog once we get to it. So let's start off by saying post. We want to style the post. And eventually we're going to add a couple things here. We're going to add a class and an ID for our widgets and our comments. But right now we're just going to style the post. Position, relative, border, solid, 1 pixel, triple D. And then the background will be white for the post, margin 0040. And then we're going to add some border radius, WebKit border radius. We're going to say 4 pixels. And then we're going to have to add the Moz border radius, 4 pixels as well, and then border radius so we can make sure we're covered on all fronts. Give that a save. Let's give that a little look here to see what that looks like. Cool. It's looking better. Let's keep going. Now we're going to select the header within post. And also, we're going to select a couple other things. Whoops, there we go. Post and then post excerpt. There we go. And we're going to give that padding 20 pixels. Again, here we're going to tack on a couple more selectors once we get into a couple future lectures. But right now, let's just stick with these. Save it, check it out. All right, we're giving some padding here. Looks good. Okay, after that, let's style the post header, level 3 heading. Margin, we're going to give that 0015. That's 15 pixels on the bottom, 0 everywhere else. Padding, same deal, 0015. Border, bottom will be solid, 1 pixel, triple D. And while we're here, why don't we just style the post header level 1 heading. Margin 0015. Padding 0015. Pretty much the same. Border, bottom, solid 1 pixel, triple D, and font size 24 pixels. Now, some of you who may be a little bit more advanced in CSS than some other students might recognize that I did something a little redundant here. It's totally fine to leave this as is. Nothing's going to break. However, there is a better way to code these two sections right here. Maybe some of you know what it is. Maybe some of you don't. But either way, I'm going to show you. Do you notice that the margin, padding, and border for the H3 and H1 are identical? So I just coded this twice. Basically what I could have done here, and what I will do, is just add the post header, level 1 heading, and post header H3. Give it those styles. And then I'm going to specifically style the H1. I'm going to remove these and say font size 24 pixels. So I don't have to write this out twice. These have the same styles. H1 just has little additional style. I don't need to code the same thing over and over again. There we go. Kudos to you if you notice that. All right, save that. Let's just have a look. There we go. Looking better, looking better. Now, the level 1 heading doesn't appear yet. That's going to be in the future lecture where we code the full blog post. But it's there. And now we don't have to deal with it. Post image. We want that to be height auto. Once we get into WordPress, we're going to be using a skeleton WordPress theme that we're going to build our theme on top of. And there are a couple styles in there that conflict with our styles. So I'm just putting this here now so we don't lose it or forget about it in the future. Basically, we need to set the height to auto because sometimes WordPress, the styles that this theme we're going to use to build our theme on top of, it will set a height on those feature images, and it kind of makes our images look weird when we resize our browser. So long story short, add this and you won't have a headache later. Post details. Font size 12, we want that to be small and the width to be 90%. Why? Check it out. There we go, we're getting there. You can see the font size for the post details are here. It's smaller. The 168 is over here, and that's going to turn into the comment bubble that we're going to put over here. The reason why we made this 90% is because we want space for the comment bubble. Let's get back in there. All right, at this point, I just want to hold up for a second. I just realized something. I led you a little bit astray. Back here in our blog.html, I apologize if I confused you because I realize I used span tags and the class glyph icon and glyph icon user time folder, whatever I used. And you might have been confused because we haven't done this at all so far. And the reason why, it's habit, because I use glyph icons all the time. And they're the font icons, but they're called Font Awesome now. And the version is new. And the version that we're using in Bootstrap to WordPress is the latest one at the time of the recording of this video. And so I'm using an even older version here. So basically what we need to do, it's very simple. Change those spans to I tags and then glyph icon to FA. So FA user. Go ahead and change all those instances, and there should only be a few. Go ahead and do that. Shouldn't take you very long at all. And don't worry, we haven't done it at all throughout the homepage, so you don't need to go back and try and fix anything there because we're good over there. Okay, so looks like I already have one down here. FA, I tags, okay. Save that. Now what you need to do is take that first post, this post that you just edited, copy that, and remove these these other ones because they have the glyph icon markup. And just paste that 2 more times, and then now you should be good. Paste that. There you go. So the icons are there. We're using the correct icons, and we're good. So now let's go back to our CSS and continue from where we left off here under post details. Now we can select post details and then FA. So that selects the I with the class of FA. Padding left 10 pixels. Okay, and then now we want to select post details, FA, and first child. So what this pseudo selector will do here is select the first I with the class of FA in the post details. So there are 3 or 4 or 5 even. Doesn't matter how many there are, but this will select only the first one, allowing us to style that one, giving it padding 0 because we don't want padding left on the first child. Save it, check it out. Cool, so there we spaced these out a little bit. I also just realized that this time icon isn't working. So let's go back and just double check, see what's missing. So scroll up to your first post. So I class FA time. So I'm assuming there is no time icon and it's something different. I actually do know it off by heart. It is FA clock -0. Save it, check it out. There we go. So just make sure to add it to your other posts. FA clock O instead of time. This is the beauty of once we start using WordPress, because instead of editing each of those posts that we added, we'd only have to edit one, and every single one throughout the entire website will be updated. That's the amazing part. Save it. Now I think you're good. Okay, let's get back to our CSS. That's what this lecture is all about, after all. Now let's style that comment bubble. Right here is where we're going to reserve this section for styling the comments within our blog post, but we also can style our post comments badge. want that to be a circle in the top right. So height, 70 pixels, width, 70 pixels, position, absolute, top, 25 pixels, right, 20 pixels, border, none, and we want some WebKit border radius. That will be 100%. Moz border radius 100%. And border radius 100%, covering all fronts. And we're going to make this background green, which will be the 79B044. And text align center, and then display table. I'm hoping you know what comes next. Post comments badge A. We're selecting the content within the post comments badge. Display table cell. Now that means we could vertically align it in the middle, meaning it will always be vertically centered, no matter how large the comments badge and no matter how large the text. Color, white. Font size, 20 pixels. Line height, 20 pixels. Save it, check it out. There is our comments badge. One thing I want to do is make this icon display block. So we're going to go here and say post comments badge IFA display block, font size 15, just a little bit larger, padding 0, margin bottom 4 pixels just to space it out a little bit. And then why don't we just add another style here, comments badge hover, background color. And we're going to make it a little bit darker of a green. 8BC653. Save that. There it is. Hover over that. Looks good. It's actually a lighter green. I apologize. I said a darker green when it's actually lighter green. So there are the excerpts. Now there's a couple things we forgot to style our header here. Why don't we go ahead and do that? So scroll up to your layout section. Way up here. Here it is. And let's position these styles just under section H3. Right there. It could really be anywhere in the section or anywhere in the CSS, but I like organizing it based on what will be easiest, where it will be easiest to find. So we're going to select feature image and display table width 100%. And then feature image default. So we're going to have a few feature image fallbacks. Background URL /image stuff-feature.jpg, no repeat, background size, cover. And we also have another feature image default alt is the one we're using on this page specifically. This one is called hipster stuff.jpg, background size cover. Okay, now in here, right after this, feature image H1 display table cell. You see how we're using this trick now a lot? Middle, so now we're vertically aligned that text. So that H1 could be any size based on the page you add. And we want it to always be in the center, no matter what. And this is how you do it. Text align, center, and then color white. Okay, check it out. Boom, that's beautiful. And I think if we scroll, we should have a parallax background. There we go. And it scrolls at a fast speed because we made it data speed 2. See how it scrolls quite fast? There it is. This little thing here I noticed, we need some margin here at the top of our excerpt. I know what that is. If we head back to our HTML, we need to, up here, I think we already added it. We have div with the class of row. Here it is. And ID primary. We need to style the primary ID in our CSS. So head back to CSS and we're in the right section. So let's go under our H3, section H3 again, and style primary. That's going to have padding top 40 pixels and padding bottom 40 pixels. Now check it out. There we go. Padding top 40 and padding bottom 40 plus a little bit because of this element. Thought I was going to let you off that easy? Yeah, right. One more thing that I messed up in this lecture. Right here, iClass FA folder. What it used to be was folder open alt. That is wrong. Change that to FA folder. Make sure to change all those instances. Now your font awesome icons will be perfect and we won't be missing any. And that is styling our articles, our excerpts right here. And we're going to move on to the next lecture. We're going to add some widgets and style those up, and then we're on to the next section. See you there.